Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives.
Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Day after Christmas. Want to just thank everybody for being on the call today. With the day off yesterday, it almost felt like Saturday, and so this morning I had to remind myself that we have a gratitude call. So I don't know if anybody else felt that way or not, but I'm super grateful that we have, I don't know, 5 or 6 people that have joined us today on the call live. And super grateful for you guys remembering and being here, and excited for what we get to learn today. And I just realized I do not have my timer handy, so give me just 1 second to get that set up. We're going to jump into our private meditation, and so I want to be ready for that. Okay. All right, so we're going to be doing a 90-second private meditation on connectiveness, gratitude for connectiveness. And we've just finished with Christmas, where a lot of people have felt very connected with family, and also this time of year I think there are a lot of times when people don't feel connected, or there's certain ways that they think they're going to be connected and maybe are disappointed or whatever. So I'm excited to see what kind of contrast we get from this private meditation. Let's just see what comes up. So 90 seconds, private meditation, silent meditation on gratitude for connectiveness. And just write down what comes to you, your personal inspiration, and then we'll share after. Begin. All right. For me, the 2 different ways that I feel really inspired, or just a desire to connect, actually 3 different things came up for me. One was my own personal connectiveness, connecting with myself. I was in my daily GPS this morning, really inspired to make sure that my schedule allows time for completing my inspired shortcuts, and that was like the second way to be more connective, is to God, and showing Him my commitment to His, and so those inspired shortcuts that I received from Him by following through. So those 2 were really about making my schedule so that I can be more connected to God, and allow Him to see my commitment, to the things that He inspires me to do by following through 100% obedient. And then the third one that came up, which was a little bit surprising, but also kind of followed along with my daily GPS this morning, was connecting to my clients better, and also those who would be clients if they knew about me. I've been inspired to do some investigation into like traditional media, TV, radio, things like that. Also being a better, more consistent social media presence, having a social media presence on a more consistent basis that is more connective, and then live in person, and then other traditional ways of connecting people with just making a phone call sometimes, instead of like sending a text or a private message, to actually make a phone call. People don't do that as much anymore as they used to. So lots of different areas that I can focus on being more connective. And I guess what really that it boiled down to for me was me making the effort, like proactive connectiveness, I think, was my message today. Who else has something they'd like to share?
I'd like to share.
Okay, thanks, Daniel.
I was thinking in terms of detachment, and like from the Buddhist philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that there is, like just to avoid suffering, like you detach from it. And so I know there's like some benefit in that, but I much more prefer the whole idea of, connection and attachment. It's I think it's just part of our human nature. We reach out because you want to be part of other people and institutions and movements and so on. So I think it's much more of a human tendency, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think there is value in detachment when we, if there's something negative, or an experience that we're going through, to detach ourselves from the experience and not see it as this is who I am. Definitely some value in that idea of detachment. This morning when I was doing my yoga, my lower back was a little bit sore. I've been on my feet a lot the last couple of days, doing a lot of cooking and things like that, and I feel like that this morning as I was doing my yoga, there was one pose that was really bringing, some tenseness in my lower back, and my immediate reaction was, I don't want to feel this. But then I actually felt into it and allowed it to be, and didn't put I was detached from any meaning to it, which was kind of cool, but, a way to use detachment. But I really felt into it and allowed it to be, and learned some new things about that was actually what gave me the inspiration to make sure that my schedule included time to fulfill on my inspired shortcuts. So allowing attachment, or allowing ourselves to feel that connection, is very valuable too. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate you bringing those up. Who else?
I'll share that I'm noticing not only the contrast in me, the connection happens to be one of my greatest gifts, and I do connect deeply, and then I just observed in the meditation my resistance, and the resistance was out of like this picture in my mind, and Norman Rockwell matched his expectations, and then this feeling immediately, like I caused my picture, I caused my experience and my feelings. And it's so easy in that space of like, well, this didn't match the picture, to miss the blessings of the incredible connectivity, the amazing connections, the amazing gifts, and that are in my space. And so it's like this little crabby kid, You could picture this child at the end of Christmas Day that just received 65 gifts, eaten a huge feast, played with their cousins, and now they're crabby. It's like, what?
Yes. Wow.
Wow, how blind can I be, you know?
Wow, that's awesome. A couple things
Yeah, it's like my experience of connection is like what I'm paying attention to, right?
Wow.
Sorry to interrupt you, Eileen.
No, I thought you were finished, so thank you. That's super fun to realize that you created that Norman Rockwell picture in your mind. It's like, well, this didn't match, so I can be mad. Well, you're the one who created the picture, and there's something about creating a picture in our minds that we immediately think that's the way everybody else's experience is, and I want to be like everybody else. But every single person has a different picture in their mind of what they're trying to align with, and the closer we get to being authentic and, really in our pure, the closest that we can get to be in our best and highest self, the more that picture actually matches up to not what's possible, but what is right now in this moment. So it's almost like instead of having this contrast of the picture versus what my experience is, it's almost like we actually create the picture based on what our experience is. That we love where we're at, we're grateful for what we have. Instead of the 65 gifts with the crabby kid, at the end of the day, it's like, wow, I got this one gift. This is my picture. I am super grateful for this one gift, and or no gifts, and that I just get to have connectiveness with my family. And this was the picture that I created and that I'm creating right now in this moment. So just kind of a fun. An interesting way to see how we create pictures in our minds, and maybe how we can begin creating that picture and what we're creating that picture from. Thank you. Who else has something they'd like to share?
I'll share. I was resisting actually writing anything down today because of the things that are going through my mind. Is just too much and too overwhelming, and the really coming up with, I don't know, when we chose connectiveness, all I could think of was connective tissue, and that had nothing to do with anything that was going on in my mind. But the contrast of just what we expect and what we hope for and what we focus on, creating beautiful memories. And what was really coming up for me, my mother-in-law used to have the most elaborate Christmases, and her house was completely, every nook and cranny decorated. She would take down all of her pictures that she had up during and just put Christmas pictures, and just it was always so decked out. And the packaging, she would the wrapping of the gifts and all of the bows and ribbons, and she really achieved probably that Norman Rockwell. But as she has been, her health has been deteriorating, and yesterday, and the elaborate meals and table settings and just everything. And so as we've watched a lot of Christmas movies, it's all there in the movies, the Christmases that she used to create. But yesterday we decided. We had decided a few days earlier, actually, are we even getting together for Christmas this year? Because she just can't do all of that. And we could have stepped up to do that, to do the decorating and the meal plan, and just nobody really wanted to do that. And nobody can match that picture of what it used to be. But realizing that the most important thing was just getting together. We just got together Christmas evening and had pizza, and it was just simple and fine, and the tree was there with the lights on, and that was it. And I thought any one of us could have gone out and helped decorate and do all of those things, but just being happy with connecting and getting together and just a few simple gifts. And so it's just interesting what we create in our minds. what's the most important thing, we get to choose. We get to choose what is most important, and creating beautiful memories can be so simple.
I appreciate that, and I think I feel like we've come back full circle with what Daniel shared about detachment. Certainly, if that has been the tradition, over however many years, that your mother-in-law, I think you said, has been doing this, there could have been some attachment to that everybody felt like they needed to pitch in and actually create that picture. But in reality, that's her contribution, and the memories that are created, she's going to be remembered, for all of that everybody got to just effortlessly step into the picture, the Norman Rockwell picture. And, rather than trying to recreate it, because it would just be stressful for everybody else to do that, to just maintain that memory and allow find what was really important in that was the fun of family, bringing everybody together. That's, I think, in a way, having pizza and creating that contrast maybe even helped create some honor for your mother-in-law, and also just appreciation, gratitude for what she was able to do. I don't know if that's kind of my...
Well, and I keep thinking things like, this could be her last Christmas, and we didn't go all out to, but she's not remembering things. So what the really important thing is just that we get together, that we love each other and honor each other.
Great. Wonderful. This is a really great space for us to shift over into our permission process. We've talked about a lot of different things and kind of what connection means, what being connective means, and also talked about attachment, detachment, honoring others, being okay with what is. Lots of different thoughts have been shared. Let's just go ahead and take a moment and just get connected within yourself and also with your highest source. Take a deep breath and just feel that connectiveness. Check your mute button, make sure that you are muted so we can have a private, just a silent meditation here. And just connect with yourself and your highest source. And just feel within yourself, detached from any visions of the way things should be or could be or whatever, and just allow yourself to create a vision right now within yourself of what is and how perfect everything is right now. And write down any thoughts that are coming to you about, first of all, any thoughts that might be coming to you about limiting beliefs that might be coming up, resistance against just being and being grateful for what is, allowing that to be the picture of what you wanted to create. Write down any limiting beliefs that are coming up about that. And also any very inspiring, awesome feelings of connectiveness within yourself, of that allowance of just being and being happy with what is. What are some of the things that you're noticing as you're connecting with yourself and just what is? And so the first thing that we'll do is our permission process. I'm just going to invite you to get clear with what your limiting belief is coming up about having things be just perfect, connecting with the things that are right now and allowing that to be enough. What is your limiting belief? And as you're experiencing that limiting belief, what is the cost of that? What will be the result if you maintain that limiting belief? And now that you're getting clear with what the cost of that limiting belief is, you get to choose. Do you want to keep it, or do you want to give yourself permission to choose a new belief? If you're ready to give yourself permission to choose a new belief, say yes.
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 Awesome. And then what are your new beliefs? What new beliefs will empower you to feel that perfectness and being connected to right now in this moment, this perfect vision of what is, and having that be enough? And also, what new beliefs will allow you to step past that limiting belief and embrace the new? What are your new beliefs? And let's go back to that vision of allowing what is to be the vision, to be the picture that you create in your mind, and just seeing within yourself, wow, everything is in alignment. Everything is perfect right now in this moment. It's exactly the way that I would choose it to be, that I would envision it to be, and I'm in alignment. Everything is perfect. Going back to that space, and then checking in with your new beliefs, and do these new beliefs allow you to feel the perfectness of this moment and the gratitude that everything is matching up, everything is in alignment right now in this moment? Do these new beliefs allow you, give power to that thought? Right, any other new beliefs that might be coming to you that will help to keep you in alignment, to allow you to feel gratitude for the perfectness of the way things are? And then one final question. What is one thing, the one most important thing that you can do today that will really anchor in this idea that everything is perfect, everything is in alignment, I'm completely connected with the people, the skills, the vision, the knowledge, the amount of money I have in my bank account, the dollar amount of the balance that's on my credit card, with the family members that the relationships that I have within each one of my relationships. What is the one most important thing that you could do today to anchor in the idea that all of these things are perfect right now? What is your inspired shortcut that would just immediately bring you in alignment with this idea? All right, and we won't have time to share today. I appreciate everybody being on the call and helping us to create this space of finding the perfect within what is. And I invite you also to go to our Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude, and share your thoughts there, and especially your new beliefs. It would be fun to share those, to create some connectiveness there on our Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude. Also want to invite any of you, if you're experiencing some resistance to this idea and you need some help kind of slipping into it more easily, I would love to have a 15-minute conversation with you. And you can do that by going to askwylene.com, and that will take you directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute call. And in that 15 minutes, we can find the one most important thing that you need to change to be able to be in a more peaceful and calm state with what is. So love you guys. Appreciate you all being on the call, and we'll look forward to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening, and I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.